Welcome to Anime Out of Context, a comedy review show where a man completely immersed in anime culture torments his co-host, who is only allowed to watch the shows featured here. If you'd like to support the show, you can do so at patreon.com/animeoutofcontext. Alongside over 100 hours of exclusive bonus material, all episodes uploaded to Patreon are completely ad-free, even to non-patrons. Thank you for listening, and enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Anime Out of Context, the show where I attempt to explain the sometimes weird, sometimes wonderful, but always hilarious world of anime.
And personally, I think that Christmas Cookies are not the best movie of all time.
I'm Sean Rollins.
I'm Remington Chase.
People are gonna think you've had a stroke, Rem.
It's just I'd put other pieces of media there in the top spot is all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I have a hard time disagreeing with you, but I am enjoying a lovely cookie right now. So,
so Sean, we're in a nice liminal space between the beginning of the 12 days of April Fools, which, hey, lovely listeners, if you have not hopped on the Patreon train yet, boom, we got a bunch more April Fools episodes exclusively for patrons, Magical Girl and above, so $5 or more, and you get all of the episodes that we're releasing this year, plus the other 12 days of April Fools that have happened in the past, which are over 30 extra episodes of April Fools, full-length episodes, the whole shebang. They're crazy, they're wacky, they're zany. We put a lot of effort into them. I would strongly recommend it. It's a goddamn bargain. But today we're between that and our holiday special, and so what the fuck are we doing this week? What can we do this week?
well, Rem, the only thing that we can do is have a tentative, loose connection to the combination of holiday special and the April Fools. And believe me, I was struggling to figure out something for this episode as well. Because, yeah, Rem, we're kind of in an awkward sandwich right now. And that sandwich is, people are going to be more focused on what happened last week, what's going on the Patreon, and also getting hyped for next week's especially.
It's the perfect excuse to not do an anime. Nobody'll notice, Sean. They're all focused on last week and next week. We could just slip it right in here. Just right in here.
Just do something that's not anime related at all.
Yeah, and sure, normally the weebs would be outraged, but now they're not. Their focus is away. All right, they're distracted. We can free ourselves from the shackles of anime.
God. You know what's funny about this conversation, Remington?
What?
I made a very similar joke, and you've just put your own twist on it. In the pre-banter.
Oh, fuck.
Another reason to hop onto the Patreon to figure out exactly how I'm feeling right now. And genuinely, Rem, I did actually consider that. I did consider that. But, last week they didn't get a proper anime. Next week they're probably going to get an anime. So this week I feel like it's only appropriate that we still ease them back into anime culture. And I figured the best way to do that, Rem, would be to show an anime that kind of aligns with the theme of this year's April Fools.
Oh, okay. All right, fantastic.
Yeah, it gives people another little insight if people are still on the fence about getting those bonus episodes, which at the time you're listening to this, if you're not on the Patreon, I believe there should be 7 episodes out.
7 episodes, so that is of course the first one that you should have already listened to. Come on now, it's a good episode. And 6 more just right there, just waiting for you.
Yeah. We don't get super shilly throughout most of the year, but this time especially this is our time.
This is the time. We've been preparing all year for this.
Yep. And if you couldn't tell what the theme is, I'm not going to say it because you have to find out for yourself.
I mean, there was a pretty big hint. I think we just said it last week.
Exactly, but they might not have listened. So
I see. I get you.
You gotta have the incentive to go back and listen to it.
Sure.
If they saw the title of it and were like, why the fuck would I listen to this on my anime podcast? You should because I suffered for it. And now you might be thinking, how the fuck did I suffer for it? Trust me, those who know.
So what are we shaking up this week? How are we changing things up?
Well, Remington, there is a currently airing anime right now that perfectly fits into the theming of this year's 12 Days of April Fools.
Okay.
And and it's pretty straightforward. And you'll understand what I mean once I give you the title. The title of this anime is simply Yokai Gakko no Sensei Hajimen Mashita.
All right. Well, I mean, I got the one word I've learned.
Sensei?
Oh, okay. I didn't hear sensei. I have the 2 words I've learned.
You heard the first word and then immediately blocked out the rest of what I was saying.
Oh, so correct. That is such an accurate assessment of what just happened.
Oh God. But the English title, Rem, is it's a very English title, let's just say. Because like it's one of those ones where they let's see, it has kind of like a pseudo light novel style framing of title, but then they just like Englishified it a little bit. So the English title for this is A Terrified Teacher at Ghoul School! !
Okay. Yep.
And yeah, I figured that since April Fool's is a little on the spooky side this year, what better way than to do a currently airing anime that also has some spooky vibes to it?
Oh, man. And truly, it's been so long since I saw any Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, no, hey, Rem, when I saw this pop up in the seasonals, I was like, now wait a minute.
Used to watch this one all the time when I was young.
Yeah, no, same, though. Same. Because, like, I saw that title and I thought to myself, is this about Shaggy? Because, genuinely, I watched that movie so much when I was a kid. Like,
it all adds
like probably an unhealthy amount. But no, Rem, no. This is a brand new anime. A brand new anime about a teacher who essentially had just the worst ever experience at a public high school. Because, you know, it's public high school. And unfortunately, kids are bastards a lot of the times.
Yep, makes sense.
Yep. And it was so bad that it actually caused him to take a break from teaching and working at all.
Sure.
And eventually he works up the courage and gets a new gig at a Hyaki Academy.
But then, surprise!
Yeah, it's full of ghosts and goblins and ghouls.
So you got the daughter of Dracula and Frankenstein and the Mummy and Wolfman and a ghost.
Yeah, they never did have like a specific classic movie monster for the ghost girl. It was just
a ghost.
Just a ghost. Which, I mean, is kind of true for the Mummy one, too, but at the same time, it's like, when you say the Mummy, you know the Mummy. You don't just say a ghost and, it's a ghost.
Sean, I'm gonna level with you. Now that I have Scooby-Doo on the brain, is this anime gonna be able to live up to that?
Is this anime gonna be able to live off to a very niche Scooby-Doo spin-off movie?
Whoa, niche. Look, Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, that's a certified classic, all right? You shut your whore mouth, you harlot.
Rem, it's one of the Red Shirt Shaggy movies.
Okay.
By definition, that's a spin-off, my guy. I'm sorry, I didn't want to be the one to tell you this, but that's true. Like, that's some Scooby-Doo lore right there.
People love Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, all right? People adore Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. Now, some might say that, hey, Remington, if you love this so much, how do you know it's not nostalgia, especially considering you haven't seen it in, I would say conservatively, at least 15 years, if not 20. And, and to those people I say, shut the fuck up.
I mean, that's impressive considering it's a movie from 1988, if you think about it. A TV movie from 1988.
And when I was young, I watched it so many times, Sean.
Oh, same, dude. Same.
Like,
that's not a bit. Like, I watched it so fucking much.
It was probably one of my, like, top 3 most watched Scooby-Doo properties, which is a hell of a thing to say.
Yeah, like, no, like, weirdly, this is something we have in common.
This, Zombie Island,
the Zombie Island was the other one, and Witch's Ghost was the
there we go.
One,
yeah,
right?
those were, like, the 3.
Yeah, and let's just say Witch's Ghost awoke something in me. If you know, you know.
All right, so yeah, I'm just letting you know that's what it will be compared to this whole time.
Your blind nostalgia?
Yeah, it won't be compared, let me be clear. I won't be comparing this anime to Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. I will be comparing it to my vague nostalgic memories of Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School.
Well, hopefully it'll do something for you, Rem. I could tell you about the studio, but not much.
Who cares?
Anything that we've watched on it, like scrolling through it right now, there's not a whole lot we've watched from this studio. There's one thing in particular that will definitely color your opinion one way or the other. So I'm not gonna mention that one because we gotta see. Like, if you want the raw comparison,
it's like, oh man, here's this monster school, and then they have Hitler come out, and he's like a prominent character, and you're like, what the fuck? And they're like, well, yeah, monsters. Don't you understand? And we're like, okay, but maybe that was just not a wise storytelling decision still, even if you're labeling him as a monster.
The amount of times we've been jump scared by Hitler in media shouldn't be that high.
All right, well, I mean, I feel ready. I feel amped. I feel pumped up.
Do you remember that scene in the third Indiana Jones movie where Hitler just autographs Indiana Jones's journal?
Man, zoinks.
Kid me did not get that until, obviously I was older.
Jeepers or whatever.
Christ almighty. Yeah, so without further ado, let's go watch A Terrified Teacher at Ghoul School.
Hey, Anime Out of Context fans, it's the start of the Christmas season, and this time, we're encouraging Rem to watch some anime for the birds. The series we'll be asking Rem to watch is A Certain Scientific Railgun Season 2, up to Episode 6. Help us convince Rem and Sean into doing this anime by changing your Patreon name to end in Says Misaka for the Christmas episode in December, which will be dropping on December 19th for patron members and December 21st for everyone else. Every patron name changed to mention Says Misaka will result in friend of the show Farmer Weeb donating $5 to the Tracy Aviary. And this year's bonus challenge is a wrestling knowledge quiz for Remington. Farmer Weeb will double his donation to $10 per patron name change if Remington correctly gets 10 answers right in a row. Does Remington know wrestling, or will he disappoint the birds in charitable donations? We'll find out.
And we are back after watching 3 whole episodes of the fall 2024 anime, A Terrified Teacher at Ghoul School. And so, Remington, is this a spooky, perfect tie-in to the month, or is this more of a Scooby-Doo not watch this under any circumstances?
Sean, this was trash. This was
Oh, really? I had no idea.
This was some garbage. It's like some low budget garbage. At one point, a character's playing a video game on a screen, and it's just a vague game without any animation. They don't even they don't even do like a little loop, right? Where it's just like two things going back and forth, which would be something. It's just that, and then they have stock sound effects.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not a sound guy, right? That's not something I'm like in the know of. But I heard some effects and I'm like, am I watching a fucking YouTube video? What the fuck's going on here? But hey, all right. What about the premise? All right, we got a school for monsters, all right? Oh, what an original idea. Oh wait, unfortunately it's not. It could be like school with monsters. Sure, except that's just a subgenre at this point for anime. And so hey, but that's fine. Subgenres, just because something fits within a subgenre. If it's a niche subgenre and then you can make it your own. No, they don't do anything to add to anything. All right. It is just so derivative. You get a bland bitch protagonist and ooh, he's scared of monsters. And then you get a bunch of monsters with no personalities. They have fun designs. Like if somebody made an abridged of this series, they could do it better. They could just because take the designs and make good writing out of it, then you'd be set. But no, that's not what we get here, Sean.
Oh, well, what do we get, Rem? And the most important question is it better than your memory of Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School?
First of all, no, Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School is definitely usurping this one. Easy choice there. There ain't no chance that this bullshit anime is taking that top spot.
And now is that your objective opinion or your memories opinion?
Look, I didn't rewatch Scooby-Doo for this, but I feel like it's pretty objective. We open up, we meet our bland bitch protagonist teacher. His thing is he's always terrified, and okay. We meet a few other characters. I don't care about any of them. There's one of the most important characters is a girl who the teacher wants her to take off her pants. And then they're like, oh, but it's not. I know how it seems sexual, but it's not, guys. And shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I don't. Why? All right, look, motherfuckers. Here's one of the reasons why the anime horny always frustrates me is because it has no dignity and it doesn't take any accountability. All right? So rarely, if it just says like, yeah, it's fucking sexy and I like it. Okay, all right, cool. I may think just go make a hentai, but at least you're being honest with yourself. But if instead you're like, oh no, it's not because we're horny, it's for these other important reasons. Shut the fuck up. Just stop.
Oh, and the fact that he's a teacher and it's a student, that's fine then, Rem?
Oh, God. I hate that as well. I hate that especially. So we learned that the teacher comes from a powerful exorcist family. I don't know. I don't care. These could be interesting ingredients, but like they're not doing anything with them. Episode 2, there's physical exams and shit, and it's a little bit wacky because it's yokai, right? And that which could be ripe for gags, right? For instance,
yeah.
One of, if not my favorite show of all time, BoJack Horseman. All right.
Yes.
Amazing characters, amazing relationships, just amazing depth. But also, it's a world where you got animal people, and BoJack is relentless in making little puns or overt jokes, or sometimes letting it take over an entire episode. And many times they're well thought out, they're well crafted, and it's like, oh, haha, that's clever. I suppose that is some unique, interesting world building that would emerge from this.
I mean, I think I distinctly remember. I think it was like an eel with a taser, and that was very funny when
especially like many times they don't even bring attention to it, which makes it so much better.
Exactly.
So stuff like that. All right, cool. If you're gonna have a silly concept like this, explore the sort of like world building with it, and you can have. I'm okay with it being like, all right, physical exam episode where we just get to utilize all of the fun, weird quirks that they have. So in this episode, the quirks we explore, some yokai are animals. And there's a horny vet. The next joke we go to is one of the kids can turn into a giant, and so they have to be climbed. And then, oh no, the pool is bad. So those are the 3 jokes we tell.
Wait, in 3 whole episodes?
No, in that second episode.
Okay.
They tried to tell other jokes in the other episodes. None of them are funny.
Oh, that's
none
unfortunate.
None of them are humorous.
Oh, that man.
But
Rem.
Those are the 3 jokes in what could have been like you could have so much fun with this if they cared. If they cared about putting any amount of thought and care into it. Create some interesting, weird world building. But no, who gives a shit? This only exists because, hey, Monster School's pretty popular in anime generally, so why not make another one? And it's like, how can we differentiate ourselves? We fucking don't!
So what you're saying is, Rem, Monster Musume did it way better.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Monster Musume had more personality.
Oh yeah, and it was honest
that.
about its horniness.
Yeah, I'll say those things about it.
And the characters were adults, that helped.
Look, I wouldn't want to watch either.
Right.
I guess I'd prefer Monster Musume to exist. Because for me, degenerate media is okay to exist, even if I disapprove. But bland, nothing sawdust media to its infinite degradation. Fuck that. Fuck that. This is the most generic version of a monster school show I could even conceive of. Like, take any monster school show, all right, and then mix it in with, what was that fucking, the dog as historical figures, whatever, that was so bland.
Oh, yeah.
Shit on a fascinating premise. That was just like a shitty podcast.
Yes.
Like, combine elements of that. And that's not what you want in any show. It's so boring and empty. And, like, you could have such dope shit. Imagine, all right? And it's weird that I keep making this.
Oda Cinnamon Nobunaga was the show.
Yeah, that one. It's weird that I keep making a comparison to this property because it's pretty niche, but I think it stands out for, like, hey, tell stories focused on ensemble rather than a bland bitch protagonist. So I'm gonna go back to Sideways Stories from Wayside School.
Oh,
right?
Hey, that's the second time you've brought it up on the podcast, I think.
Honestly, it might be the third.
It might be the third. We've been doing this a while.
But it's just what I think of if you got a school environment, right, and you have a strong ensemble, or at least you'd like to, you don't need to have a bland bitch protagonist. Here, listen. Lovely anime and manga writers. Sometimes the show is better without the bland bitch protagonist, and you're going to be like, oh, who do we follow? Well, here's the thing. You'll follow multiple characters, and this is going to be scary. You're going to need to make them all characters. You're going to need to you're going to be like, oh, but what the fuck is this character doing? I don't know yet. And you should figure that out so that we get a well-rounded ensemble. Do you understand? Are you starting to see? And something like this, split every episode in like 2 or 3, right? And each segment focuses on either a single yokai or a relationship of yokais, right? And they're bond together and just have a strong premise for each of those bits, put them all together, and by the end, we're like, yeah, we understand all of these characters, all of these relationships, what makes them fun and unique, come up with, like, creative jokes that you can riff off for each of them instead of this bland, generic shit that I'm so goddamn sick and tired of. It's rough, Sean.
It's almost like
we could have had any amount of that if they cared. Some shows I'm like, oh man, it's so amateur done and a little bit shit, but I can tell there's heart in it. This one, no, it's amateur and shit, and it just feels like it was printed out, and they're just churning it out, and they're like, we gotta release something.
Here's the spoiler. You don't need to release something.
You don't. But here's the problem. It's the sawdust factory. They're like, people keep buying the sawdust. So, I mean, why wouldn't you release the sawdust? And it's like, oh, God, because it's hurting us. It's hurting us is why. Even the ones who keep buying it and eating it, it's hurting them the most. They're just often in denial about it.
Oh, Rem, so you're saying that this wasn't the best thing to sandwich in between 2 of our most popular episodes of the year?
Correct. But Sean, don't worry. I have a way of salvaging this podcast episode.
Oh, really? Really?
Because look,
okay.
Obviously, last week and next week, they're just more anticipated. And right now, like, I'll be honest, I'm out of thoughts about this show. I've said everything I can. It's just not interesting enough for me to say more. But unlike the last time where this dilemma came and I just had an existential crisis, and we tried to salvage it with shitty improv. Now, I come prepared, Sean, and festive.
Okay, all right. Look, man, I'm here for it because, look, as somebody who watched all the episodes that were out at the time of recording, I don't have much more to add.
All right. Well, for all of our normal viewers, normal listeners rather, who don't subscribe to the Patreon, we're going to give you a little bit of taste on what's there besides the 12 days, which once again, hey, check out. That's a lot of bonus content for not a lot of price. Because we're going to be playing a game we sometimes play on Patreon called Make Sean Look Stupid.
No, wait, hang on a second.
It's everybody's favorite game, and this time it has a festive twist, ladies and gentlemen. The game is simple. I'm going to be quizzing Sean about any topic I would like, and Sean is going to inevitably look stupid every time he gets something wrong. It's a great little game, and this time it's going to be a festive twist. Sean, we're going to be playing Real or Fake.
Hey, Ram, I feel like this isn't going to help. Like, people are going to be like, they advertise their Patreon too much. We don't want to support this. And this is the content we're getting. Fuck that.
Well, but the thing is, that's fine. That's fine. Besides, this is going to be fun, because here's the thing, Sean.
Okay, Rem.
I'm going to give you a title and description of a Christmas movie, all right?
Okay.
And all you need to do is say whether you think that's real or whether it's fake. I've like rephrased even the real ones. I've also completely randomized the order. And I won't tell you exactly what the distribution is. Maybe it's 50% real, 50% fake. Or maybe it's anywhere in between those bars. Maybe it's all real. Maybe it's all fake. We'll find out soon. Nice and simple, Sean. But I have deliberately, for any real ones, acquired the weirdest real Christmas movies I could find.
Cool. Awesome. And I should just address, for those who are worried about us shilling out so much this month, genuinely, this is the one month of the year we ever do this. So, you know.
Well, yeah, hey, look. If you found us just for Christmas, look, if you're enjoying yourself, go listen to one of our free April Fool's episodes. If you enjoy that, then you'll understand the shilling.
Yes.
But David, this isn't even direct shilling. It's just, if it's anti-shilling, we're saying, hey, this would have been on the Patreon, but instead we're putting it here to salvage this episode.
And hey, in my opinion, I think your 10-minute rant was still very entertaining, Rem.
Sure, there's just not a lot of it. So without further ado, let's play Make Sean Look Stupid. Sean, there's a total of 20 possible movies here.
20?
Now, obviously, I would say, we all know grading, 60% or less, that's an F. And so I'm expecting you to do better than chance.
With coin flips.
Well, not quite. You know media, you know your good friend Remington. You should be able to discern this. So you should be able to get 13 correct is what we're looking for. 13 or more. And we start off.
It doesn't help that
randomized.
Parting the kimono a little bit, it doesn't help that we're recording this on Friday the 13th, so...
Very, very fitting.
Yeah.
But I've randomized the order, so you won't be able to metagame, like, oh, the past blank have been real or fake, and so maybe the next one. Nope, randomize the order, so...
So I can't, like, put C for all my answers and get lucky.
You could try, though. Once again, it may not be an even balance. And even if it was an even balance, if you said real for all, then you would still fail. So
I see.
So, Sean, we start with number 1, a Christmas bounty. Christmas bounty is when a school teacher who used to be a bounty hunter needs to finish one last job. She enlists the help of her former boyfriend, WWE star Mike Mizanin.
Who?
The Miz. You know, you've seen The Miz.
Oh, The Miz. The guy who loves his name a little too much.
Yeah, so is that
Or is that
real?
AJ Styles?
I think you... Well, I guess both. So, Sean, Christmas bounty, real or fake?
Going off of absolutely nothing and the fact that I've never heard of The Miz acting in anything, it has to be real, right?
It is real!
Oh God, how bad is it? It's gotta be awful, surely.
I don't have the ratings with me, but hey, Anime Out of Context endorses every single movie we talk about.
Okay, I don't... That's a bad
Every
strategy.
single movie listed here, real or fake, we stand by probably.
Oh dear God.
As I like scan the list and I'm like, do I do it? All right. The second one.
Yeah, you're like, are there any racist or homophobic ones? Let's check real quick.
I will also note that these span the decades. All right. These could be anywhere from the 50s to this year.
All right.
The second one, Reindeer Royale. All the reindeer of the North Pole must compete in a high-stakes series of games and challenges to decide who will lead Santa's sleigh this year. But the losers get shot into space.
Okay. This feels like a Remington.
It could be a Remington.
This feels like a Remington, so I'm going to say it's a Remington. It's a fake.
It is fake indeed.
Okay,
That's a good old Remington original. This one has 3 possible names, Sean. It's known as Deadly Games, Hide and Freak, or Dial Code Santa Claus. So take Home Alone, but replace the Wet Bandits with a crazed killer dressed as Santa Claus. He's murderous, he's violent, and this for everybody who thought Home Alone needed more violence and murder.
Okay, this one also feels like a Remington original, so I'm going fake.
No, Sean, that one's real.
Oh, God damn it, really?
That one is all real.
But it sounds like something you'd create, Reb.
Oh, truly, it truly does. Next one is Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever. Starring the internet celebrity Tartar Sauce, aka Grumpy Cat, this movie is about a lonely cat in a mall pet store that's able to talk to a 12-year-old girl, and with their powers combined, they need to save a kidnapped dog.
What?
You know Grumpy Cat, Sean, don't you?
Yeah, and I know that tragically he is no longer with us.
Did you ever look at the Grumpy Cat meme and be like, there's a fucking movie star?
No, but that's probably why it's real.
It is real. It is, in fact, real for some godforsaken reason. Number five. I look into your eyes for 60 minutes and I am dressed as Santa Claus. Artist Kianga Kumere dresses up as Santa Claus, sits on an ice chair, and looks at the camera for 60 minutes. This is an adaptation of a work of performance art that you could buy tickets for.
I mean, why would you do that when you can just go to a mall?
I'm not here to analyze art, Sean. Or maybe I made it up.
Okay, please be fake. Please be fake. I cannot imagine a film adaptation of performance art that could be easily accomplished by going to a mall.
Well, I mean, I suppose like film adaptation, it's a bit loose with like what counts as a film, but still.
Yeah, no, I'm sticking to my guns. This feels fake to me.
It is fake, Sean.
Oh, thank Christ.
All right, next up, let's get a little spookier with You'll Regret This. When high schooler Mikey is bullied to his death, he reincarnates as a sentient and malevolent Yule log, seeking vengeance on the bullies that wronged him.
What in the... What? His name just left me, but the smut guy.
Chuck Tingle. This seems like
a Chuck Tingle slasher.
Yeah, that sounds right. That feels appropriate.
This has to be fake.
It is fake.
Okay,
it is
thank
fake.
Christ.
But I was very pleased with the idea because of how nonsensical it was.
Is that what your thought process was? Hey, Chuck Tingle, but horror?
Yeah. I don't think directly, but it was probably an unconscious inspiration. All right, next up we got once again stretching the meaning of movie. Skibbity Toilet episode 100 full length. The Skibbity Toilet series on YouTube just celebrated its 100th episode with a feature-length Christmas special. In it, all right, be ready for a lot of stuff you won't understand. In it, G-Toilet is finally captured by Plunger Man, but is saved when the Great Titan Santa Claus, a giant mech controlled by the world government, uses cameraman Rudolph's red-nosed laser to destroy New York City.
What?
Now, did I come up with that, or is that real?
Look, that could be real. But at the same time, oh man, I'm really sticking my gat out for this one, Rem. Oh no.
Oh god.
I think you're the one who showed me Skibbity Toilet, like way back when. So they
got the deep lore.
So I'm gonna go with this is a Remington original again. This feels fake.
It is a Remington original. They're only on episode 70. Don't be ridiculous.
That's still a lot of Skibbity Toilet. Although to be fair, they're like 30 seconds apiece, aren't they?
No. A lot of what I said was using stuff from the lore. So.
Oh, right. There is lore. Right.
Yes. Next up, we have Santa with muscles. Self-made millionaire Blake Thorne, played by former WWE superstar and noted racist Hulk Hogan, dresses up as a mall Santa to avoid the cops. Gradually, he begins to believe he really is Santa Claus. Also, there's an evil scientist trying to gain access to magical crystals underneath an orphanage and so plans to destroy it.
This is too bonkers for Rem to have come up with. It has to be real.
It's very real. Very real.
I was about to say, hey, Rem, weren't you checking to make sure there were no, racist or problematic ones?
Well, I don't know if the movie's racist. The leader's racist.
I mean, it's got Hulk Hogan in it. Good fucking chance, my guy.
Here's a much simpler one. The Nuttiest Nutcracker. What if the Nutcracker was made into a movie and it starred nuts and other foods? It's kind of like a VeggieTales situation. But I think the ideation is just Nutcracker, but it has nuts.
This has to be fake. This doesn't feel like a Remington, but it feels like such a simple, straightforward idea that is so stupid that nobody would actually do it.
It's real.
What?
It is real, Sean.
The worst part about this bit is, Remington, you are just getting ideas for next year.
It's true. All right, number 10, Operation Jolly Reboot. Santa's Gen Z son convinces him to update his look, rebranding Santa as a tech-savvy influencer. Santa is convinced, believing that if he is able to go viral, he'll be able to show the world the true meaning of Christmas.
This one's fake. This is a Remington special.
It is a Remington special. It's true. It's true.
Rem, I think I've known you for a little too long. I'm getting pretty good at picking out the Remington specials.
You're doing well. Halfway through, you have 8 points. You just need to get 5 more, which seems likely. Hey, lovely listeners, how are you doing at home?
Yeah, leave a comment down below, like if you're on YouTube. And if you're not watching on YouTube, go to our YouTube and leave a comment and say, hey, Sean, why the fuck did you tell me to leave a comment on a YouTube video when I prefer other means of podcast listening?
Hey, you can also comment on Spotify now. That's an option.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's been an option for a while. All right, number 11, Santa Claus conquers the Martians. When Martian parents Momar and Kimar are worried their kids are watching too much Earth television, they decide the best solution is to kidnap their favorite TV star, Santa Claus, so that they can bring Christmas cheer to all Martians.
What was the title of this one?
Santa Claus conquers the Martians.
I feel like that's backwards, isn't it?
Look, hey man, I don't get to choose all the titles. Maybe this is a Remington title I did choose, or maybe it's just one that was given to me.
Any chance I can ask what year it came out? Or am I still going to have to go off of gut reads?
I think I'll have you keep going on gut reads.
Fuck. Okay, real then.
That one's real, baby!
Wait, no, I'm not. I shouldn't be happy that it's real. That's fucking awful. Why? If you're gonna name your movie, actually name it accurately, damn it.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe there's more to the plot that makes it make sense. Who knows? Number 12, Santa Claus versus the Devil. Santa, who's living in his toy castle in space, realizes that Lucifer's sending demons to Earth to turn the world against Santa and become naughty. This is unacceptable, so Santa enlists the help of Merlin the Wizard to stop the devil's nefarious plot.
Okay, so Rem, would you like to hear my thought process? My thought process...
I would love to.
Yeah, my thought process was like Santa versus the Devil, that's a Remington special. But then you mentioned Merlin. And my worldview completely shifted.
And I've never even heard of Merlin, so it can't be fake.
No, I don't think you would bring Merlin into any of your goofs or gaffs. You don't seem like a Merlin jokester. So
I'm not a Merlin guy.
So this has to be real.
It is real. It is real. Astoundingly.
Was I correct in my assumption on your chances of bringing Merlin into goofs and gaffs?
I don't know. I think I'm more likely than you'd give me credit for, but it makes sense.
Okay.
All right.
Because Santa versus Devil, that feels like a Remington.
Oh, yeah, very much so. Number 13, Grandma's Reindeer Crashed. And I just want to emphasize, as I'm reading this, it's very specifically not titled, Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer. It's a Christmas miracle. Grandma Barrett is cancer-free. When she's out celebrating on Christmas Eve, she's run over by Santa's reindeer. But that's not the end of the story. She wakes up on Christmas Eve again and is forced to repeat the loop until she discovers the true meaning of forgiveness before her cancer returns.
Okay. Dark. Dark.
Well, I mean, it's a matter of tone, right? Maybe it's a comedy. Who knows? A lot of comedies, if you take just a kind of synopsis, especially if it's filtered through me, could end up sounding darker than they are. Or maybe it's real dark, or maybe it's not real.
Yeah, because you know what really brings the holiday cheer? Groundhog Day, but with cancer. This is a Remington, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Like, that's too dark. No executive would approve that. That's a Remington.
All right, well, what about number 14? Elf Bowling, the movie, The Great North Pole Elf Strike.
See, unfortunately, I already know this one's real, Rem. I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's based on the 90s computer game Elf Bowling.
And it's fucking garbage.
Yeah, and it is in fact real. I don't know who was playing this Windows game elf bowling and being like, this is a cinematic experience.
Yeah, I think I watched a video on it years ago, but the second you said elf and bowling together, it reawoken in my head. I was like, oh yeah, nope, that's real.
That's astounding.
Yeah.
Number 15, the ornament. A cursed Christmas ornament causes anyone who hangs it on their tree to only speak in murderous Christmas carols, which have the power to rupture eardrums, make people lose control of their vehicles, and in one instance, drive someone to suicide. So we're on the deliberately spooky end rather than the,
Incidentally
cancerous end. But is it a real spook, or is it a Remington spook?
See, I'm having a hard time getting a read on this one because this feels both like a you thing and also like a studio or like someone's like, hey, we want to make a Christmassy horror thing with a cursed object. What's the most cursed object we can think of? Ornaments. Like it feels like it could be that, but I'm gonna say
it won't be the last Christmas horror that we talk about.
I mean, obviously. So I'm gonna say this one's fake.
It is fake.
Oh.
With that, Sean, you do get to 13. Let's see how much higher you can go.
Hell yeah.
All right, the next one is elves. A woman learns she's part of a terrible anti-Christmas breeding ritual as demonic Nazi elves seek to create Adolf Hitler's vision of a perfect race of Aryan elf hybrids.
You know, the best part about this one, Rem, is that
it's already your favorite movie.
No.
So you know that it's real.
Because I would have said fake regardless after that description. Because if it's real, then I look like a better person. But if it's something that you came up with and I'm right that it's fake, how does that make you look, buddy?
Well, it is real. It is real.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm okay with getting that one wrong. That's fine.
All right, number 17, only 4 more to go. Anna and the Apocalypse. A small town is threatened by a zombie outbreak, so Anna and her high school friends have to fight, sing, and dance to survive. But their egotistical principal has other plans.
Hey, where's the Christmas?
Oh, it's also Christmas.
Okay, this one's 100% real then. Like, look, they're trying to capitalize on the Die Hard aspect of it as making it a Christmas movie, so that has to be real.
Oh no, it's not subtle about it's Christmas. It is overt. It's a very Christmas horror teen musical.
Except nothing about your base description tells me that. I had to ask.
Think like but I think like, you know, it's all around. It's all around. But it is real. It is real. All right, 3 more to go. Number 18, Santa Apocalypse. When a rogue AI takes over Santa's workshop, his sleigh becomes a weapon of mass destruction and is up to a pair of specially trained elves to stop it and save Christmas.
Huh. Huh. God, this could be either. This could genuinely be either.
It's true. It's true.
Fake.
You're so confident. It is fake.
Oh, thank Christ. Oh, God. Ah! Okay, thank you.
All right. Frosty's cool summer vacation. Frosty the snowman.
You don't need to finish. This one's real. I've never heard of it, but it already feels real.
You fail, Sean. Frosty the snowman disguises himself as a human to fulfill his dream of surfing in Hawaii, leaving a trail of melted chaos and confused locals.
Shit, if I had listened, I would have said that was a you one.
I just like imagining how he would disguise himself as a human and what that means.
Flesh suits, Rem.
I almost wanted to write flesh suits, but that made it way too obvious it was a Remington.
Look, my hubris got in the way, but man, is it funny when it does.
All right, final one. Kringle's Wrath. Frustrated by the incompetence of the elves and having to always do the work himself, Santa snaps and begins murdering all the elves in the North Pole. Will the elves be able to contain his rage and stop him before he gets to his sleigh and unleashes his wrath on the rest of the world?
This is a Remington.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a Remington,
yeah,
but man, I would dig it.
Yeah, like, look, man, like, if anything, it would be the other way around.
Well, sure, but it's just go all in on Santa slasher and terrorize the elves, because if the elves were like slasher and whatever, then you can't have too many kills. With this, you can have so many gruesome elf deaths. It'd be dope. It'd be so good.
And as we all know, Christmas elves are the closest thing to mainstream gnomes, so of course, you'd love to see the slaughter.
So Sean, you got 16 out of 20. You got a solid B.
You know what? Works for me. I'll take it. I love a good B.
Let us know, lovely listeners, how you did, if you played along.
Or if you skipped this one, let us know that too.
Yeah, let us know if you just like fast forwarded until this point right now, and you're like, hey, even on a shit episode, never do that again.
But we do have a matter of things. Hey, Rem, back to the anime. Any guesses on what the mouse score for that one was?
Oh God. When was it released?
Oh, it's currently airing.
Okay. Because if this, my answer would be different if it was like, oh, it's a decade old or right now. A decade old, I think it would be alarmingly high.
Yes.
I think now, now I think at least a lot of the weebs will be able to recognize the sawdust and the grit, and they'll be like, oh no, I don't like the taste of that. And so I think it's going to be below a 7. I'm going to say 6.66. Praise Satan.
The number of the beast itself.
I think this is, just the show you watch if you're a Satan worshiper who wants to self-harm psychologically.
Ah, God.
And if they want, they can put that on any future like DVD releases of the series. They can just quote that. And
apologies to any fans of Satan in our audience. Sorry about that. Well, Rem, Yokai Gaku no Sensei Hajime Mashita only has 3,500 ratings. It is contender for the worst anime of the season. Don't know.
Only a contender. Oh God.
Hey man, you should understand that I saved you from a lot of shit. I watch a lot of shit. But with all those 3.5 thousand ratings, Terrified Teacher at Ghoul School is sitting nice and pretty at 6.49.
Oh,
so pretty close on your end. Yeah, no,
and dude, the weebs they kind of get it. They kind of get it.
Yep. Yeah. Although I will say the funniest positive review I've seen is, I love this anime so much that I've started to read the manga. They've only watched 4 out of the listed episodes.
Holy fuck.
Oh my, okay, I didn't catch this. Apparently there are going to be 24 episodes.
No.
I thought this was only going to be 12 episodes, dog.
God, they're churning them out. Someone needs to be held accountable.
Well, hey, if you want to hold them accountable, the studio is Studio Satellite. Their biggest claim to fame is Hellsing Ultimate.
Oh, fuck.
That's their best.
God.
That is in fact their best. Their next most popular series that you would recognize is Fairy Tail. So
this is just what they do.
I mean, at least Fairy Tail had some animation in it.
It's true. This is what happens when there are some budget cuts, and it's not great.
Yeah. And I mean, Hellsing at least has a fan base. Granted, most of the fan base love the abridged series, but hey, look, nobody's perfect. But this anime is fucking garbage, and I'm glad that we're done with it. So I guess the final question, Rem, is: do you want to watch the remaining?
God, no.
Remaining 21 episodes that are going to be coming out of this.
It's so many.
I didn't
for this.
For this, apparently, yeah. Yeah, let's see. When was the last time they released a show? Last time they released a show was apparently in July. Oh, that's a movie that released in July, and before that it was, oh God, there's Jesus fucking Christ. The show before the movie that was released in July, I know nothing about it. It got a score of 4.69 on Mal.
Oh my God. Studio Satellite, they got a pilot episode for the Ghoul School, right? And they were like, perfect, we'll buy it. And they're like, oh, awesome. How many more episodes do you want us to write? And they're like, oh, no, this we just need the pilot, and then we'll stretch it out over 24 episodes. So that should just keep us going.
Man, if only that were true, because this is a manga adaptation, so that means there is a lot more to like
crazy.
Someone looked at this manga and said to themselves, all right, we're going to give this the shittest anime adaptation ever, and that's the end of the thought.
Oh, it's a damn shame. I'm overwhelmed by
oh
shit.
God, they're also the studio that did fucking Rokudo.
You're speaking gibberish.
That's the mind control bully one, where
What?
the bullied kid mind controls the girls around him because of a cursed artifact.
What the fuck?
We covered it on the podcast, Rem. You probably blocked it out because of how fucking horrible it was. Rokudo's Bad Girls is the English translation.
Let me see what my notes say about this.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. These are not flattering notes.
No. It was a fucking dog shit show when I brought it to you in the first place. So yeah, no.
Oh,
hey.
and it was supposed to be like action packed, but the action was so bad.
Yes, correct. Yes.
Oh God, yeah, no, that was trash. All right, well, let's get the fuck out of this episode.
You're done.
I don't like being here anymore.
You've got April Fools to think about.
Yeah.
All right. So with that in mind, thank you all so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. If you enjoy Rem fully derailing an episode and making it a stupid long pre-banter instead of a normal episode, then please head on over to wherever you get your podcasts and leave us a review. They mean the world to us, and we do read every single one. But if that is not enough for you, twitch.tv/anime-out-of-context, where myself, Dylan, and Remington occasionally play video games very poorly. And, coming in the start of the new year, I'm probably going to try and stream way more frequently. Whether or not the boys join me is up to them, but at the very least, I'm going to be doing a lot more. And if that is still not enough for you, patreon.com/anime-out-of-context, where you gain access to all kinds of lovely bonus content, including the opportunity to be thanked live on the podcast. So, Rem, who are we thinking this week?
Well, as always, we would like to send our regards to all of our bland bitch protagonists, as well as our magical girls, who we really appreciate. But moving on, we get to our yandere waifus, who are transforming into terrifying yokai with no personalities. And on that list we have Sean, Don't Cheat on Me with Judy, says Misaka. 010, Yokeling Hokel, Yandere Neko, Wolfire 56, Where's Our DBC Review, You Ginger Fuck? Wes Kane, welcome to Anime in Full and Complete Context, the show where we're skipping season 1 to meet the sisters, says Misaka. Watching Requiem for Spoonman at 0.5 speed. Waffles not included. Variant. Totally good. Titan CNH. This is for the birds, says Misaka. The Susanator. The Spoonman's Thousand Island Stare. The Flying Spaghetti Monster. The Danish Viking will conquer the world with Roranor Zoro as my navigator. The capybara is giving up. The bird's name is Cat, Misaka says, bemused at her own joke. That smut has no place in Fairy Tale's 100 Girlfriends. Turban, Super Zoo, Stacy's mom. Sean wants to give Spoonman a thank and yank. Sean, show Rem Kaguya-sama and My Life is Yours. Sean, when was the last time you gave milk to your kappa? Sean ruined my happy sugar life when he fucked birds and fucked bad, says Misaka. Sarah from the Shark plushie. Ross Palmer. Rhiannon Williams. Remington uses the deer crackers of liberation. Remington is right. Rem uses the drums of liberation to free all weeps from bad anime. Rem hit rock bottom is still on top of Sean. Rem doesn't completely hate my favorite shows. Rem can twist my mommy milkers and Sean can watch. Raptor King and the birds are waiting, says Misaka. Professor Fox, Problem Child, Paco el Musico. Nietzsche bros before hoes, says Misaka. My favorite dinosaur is a Triceratops. Misaka says Mikasa. Mikeka 70 making fake Malik account so I can rate Force Fire 5 10 out of 10. Macaroni Uchisa, Lucky Stars the King of Moe. Link Joe Curl, let's get Rem health insurance. 000001, says Misaka. Linnerd 98, Cassidy, joining the Chuckle Fuck Miss, says Misaka. Jax, Jam Hands, Jake Dent. In Sean voice, this episode is brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends, my favorite game.
I refused to say that last time.
Oh god, I love Raid Shadow Legends so much, oh my god!
Go fuck yourself.
No, he prefers different gacha games with waifus. I'm ready for the 12 Chodes of Christmas, says Misaka. I'm an Accelerator fan, says Misaka. I'll never get more Ace of the Diamond, now I cry. I hope Patron Revolt interrupting Sean, Remington, and Dylan's schedule doesn't make their December worse, hopes Misaka. I have heard what is happening. It looks like it is finally my turn, says Misaka, appearing with superb timing. I hatched a baby chicken, named it Sean's dinner. I can't believe I made an account for this. How would Rem feel about the Flowers of Evil, Shawnee boy? Sorry for the mix-up. I'm curious what you think he'd think about it. Glenn Michael Dolan, Fern the Festival Fern, says Misaka. Farmer Weeb wants Rem to do it for the birds, says Misaka. Vantide, Erica McCorkle. Elisha and the Bear, says Misaka. Don't shock the hamster, says Misaka. Diana Madrid, says Misaka. Dark with Light, Danielle Riot. Daddy Rem, tell me a bedtime story. Cut myself and scream for their insanity. Comrade JC. Cheese Monkey. Cat girls are best girls, so give me them cute little paws. Rock hard for you dudes, that's right, this is what you get, my super laser piss. Boring Siren. Blake Star. Blackout drunk before butt stuff, says Misaka. Bitter Dolce like the Spanish word for candy D, you dumb bitch. Bento Kato. April Fools, 12 days full, torture everywhere. Each day Rem shows something new, Sean moans in despair. And every day that Raven comes to visit, says Misaka. AJ Tunnels, Aisha Gaji. Alios, a moe piece of trash. I will be on episode 341, Look Behind You. Show Rem a certain scientific railgun, you cunt, says Misaka. But was he on episode 341? Asks Misaka.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty fucking funny.
It's very good. And now we move on to the Boy Wizard tier. What are they going to get this week, Sean?
Oh, man. This week, man, we've done yokai and ghoul stuff so frequently.
I'm aware.
I think this week, instead, what they're going to get, since this is a sandwich of an episode, they are going to get a lovely sandwich.
Okay, perfect. We have, will Sean follow at AnimeConPod and Daily Judy Hop's photos on Blue Sky?
Oh, goodness. You can have a, keep it simple, just a bacon sandwich. It's just bread and bacon.
Whoops, I forgot to change my username for a month and called Sean a cuck for a month.
You get a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Weak some shit asking for Darling in a Franks.
I'm sorry, but you get a baked bean sandwich.
God. Umbrasite.
You get a banh mi.
Truck Coon, operator number 42.
You're getting a barbecue pulled pork sandwich.
Together, everyone together. Come on, let's have some fun, says Misaka.
You're getting a beef on weck.
The strange man gives up and apologizes to Tails.
Beirut.
That mouse girl.
Bafana.
Spoonman the aristocrat.
A BLT.
Spooky, scary Sammy K sees you shiver with anticipation.
Baloney.
Spiritually, I'm the feel-good ink laugh, says Misaka.
Oh, this is going to be contentious. A bratwurst.
Silent secondary.
A bootifara?
Scourge, best $20 spent, LMAO.
A camel rider.
Excuse me? Monogatari is everything you said you like in an anime. This week, it's stylish, interesting, weird shit from Studio Shaft.
Grilled cheese.
Misaka thinks Sean will want to show Railgun S after April Fool, says Misaka, while Misaka runs around.
This has to be a joke, but it's on the list, so cheese and pickle.
Misaka thinks Rem needs to watch Railgun S, says Misaka, as Misaka nods in agreement.
One of my personal favorites, a cheese steak.
Misaka is a regulation listener that used to listen to Face Jam, but now listens to 100% Eat, says Misaka.
Just a chicken sandwich.
Mike.
You get chimichurri.
Miguel DeLeon.
A chip buddy?
Yeah, chippy buddy.
All right.
A chip buddy, it's fries.
Fries on bread?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that is what it looks like.
It's your boy, Skinny Penis.
You get the chopped cheese.
It's time for the last order, says Misaka, as Misaka nods in agreement.
Club.
It's December and time for the sister, says Misaka, as Misaka decorates the tree.
The corned beef.
Hopping on the Monogatari train, because why not?
A croque monsieur.
Hidden Otaku.
A croque madame.
Crimson Reapers, just because of the sides.
Cubano.
Carver 271.
Dagwood. That is a
Butler-
Scooby-Doo ass sandwich.
Butler Rat, I heard someone say Misaka wants Railgun Season 2 for the birds, but also, Carl Vincent is one banger of a goddamn name, Mackenzie.
You're gonna get a doner kebab sandwich.
Excuse me? Blood Cell thinking about changing his name to Power Cell, but it's worried about the mitochondria joke, says Misaka.
Did I mispronounce that? Is it doner kebab?
I don't know, I'm just thinking Donner Party.
DONER with like the little dots above the O. They get a donut sandwich.
Beethoven 1201.
Egg.
Anime physics. E equals M titty squared, Misaka says.
I'm sorry, but you get the Elvis.
Animated Z.
You're going to get a fluffernutter.
Also, you get the big hole.
You get the... I can't pronounce that. French dip.
Allfather, Allfathers, helping Farmer Weeb support the bird, says Misaka, changing Allfather's Patreon name for an entire month.
You're going to get the Wabao.
And now we move on to the inappropriate Joey Wheeler tier, where Sean, without giving any spoilers, will tell you which day of April Fool's you are this year, and I will say, once again, without spoilers, what that says about your personality. We start with Rowdy-O.
Okay. For you specifically, I have to look at the list of days so I don't fuck it up.
Yeah, which day are you gonna give them?
They are gonna get day. They're gonna get day 6.
All right. Well, all right. You're smart. You're curious. You're even stylish at times. But oh my God, you look, you should probably go into hiding. There's people after you. There's people coming for you, and I'm not gonna be the first line of defense, is all I'm saying.
Okay.
Next up, we got, hey, Sean, get off the car, kick his chain, get him wet, lift up your toes in his mouth.
You're gonna get day 5.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, like, there's no other choice, I'm sorry.
Just reread your message, that you got the vibe.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we got Dark Swarm 713, says Misaka.
You know what? You're gonna get day 12.
It's hard to say what you are in brief terms.
Exactly. That's why I gave it to you.
It's complex and really just it's like you're like an onion. You got layers. Thank you all for tuning in. If you want to reach out for a comment, question, feedback, or recommendation, you can tweet us at AnimeConPod on Twitter or send an email over onto animeoutofcontext@gmail.com.
Once again, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. We love and appreciate you very, very much. And as always, don't fuck your sister.
Do 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 do.